So if anything happened to Stuart, here you are, not working, not anything in savings, very little in retirement. What would you do, Deb?
I don't know. Hi, Susie. My husband and I are 53 years old. We're all over the place with our finances, so much so that it keeps me up at night. We feel our investments have been placed on a set-it-and-forget-it button. Our goal is for my husband to work until 67, then hopefully we can do a little traveling. Susie, how are we doing?
Hi, Deb. So you have set it and forgotten all about it, huh?
Pretty much so, yes.
Pretty much. So, sweetheart, you want to retire. You want Stuart, your husband, to retire in 14 years from now when he's 67. If you were going to give yourself a grade as to do you think that he's going to be able to retire at 67 for the rest of your life, so you're going to be okay no matter what happens, what grade would you give yourself?
Probably a D.
A D. All right. Let's show everybody what you have going on. Deb and Stuart are married, and they are both 53 years of age. They have $179,000 approximately in retirement, $12,000 in an emergency fund, $56,000 in investments. The great thing is they have no debt, no mortgage, and their home is worth $260,000. But here we are at the age of 53 with a net worth of $500,000. Does that surprise you at all?
A little bit, just in terms of, I thought I had more in my emergency fund, but I think I was confusing some of our investments with an emergency fund.
All right, Greg, let's show everybody your income versus your expenses. Your monthly take-home income is $5,041 a month. You do have excess besides what you are currently saving of about $154 a month. So here's the scoop. If I were going to give you a grade saying, can you retire in 14 years from now, I have to tell you my grade would be an F. Oh boy, I know, here we go. And this is the reason why. Let's not look forward for a second. Let's just look at exactly what you have going on right now. You only have $12,000 in an emergency fund. You need at least $32,000. You're only currently putting away $170 a month right now into Stuart's 401k plan. In 14 years from now, I have your goal being $4,500 a month. At the age of 67, with all sources of income, you will have $4,860 per month of after-tax income. That's only $300 or $400 more a month of what I set your goal to be. But if anything happens to either one of you, now we're in serious trouble because one of you is going to lose a Social Security check, and that brings us all the way down to $3,600 a month, or that puts us $900 a month short of our goal with no room to spare. Do you understand?
I do, yes.
That is why I gave you an F. So this is your way to an A. To a great life, an A. Ready? Stuart is to work till he is 70. You currently have a will and a trust, but it's not funded. You need to fund your trust. You need to get long-term care insurance. It's a really important thing, or you can eat all this money away. Stuart needs to get really a $1 million level term policy on himself. Do you realize that if something happened to Stuart, he is the only one bringing in money? He has a $1.2 million life insurance policy, but it goes to somebody in his family, not to you. So, and that's for the business that they have. So if anything happened to Stuart, here you are, not working, not anything in savings, very little in retirement. What would you do, Deb?
I don't know. That's what keeps me up at night.
Well, that's why I'm going to give you this plan so you can finally start to sleep at night. You're spending $1,000, about $1,100 a month, actually, for education that in a year and a half your child won't need it anymore. Well, you're going to take about $550 a month each, right around there, and you're going to fully max out your Roth IRAs and let that money grow. I also need Stuart to max out his 401k. and he will take Social Security at 70, and you will take half of his Social Security at 70. If he dies first, you will then claim his Social Security, and then no matter what happens, you'll be okay. But to do all of these things that I asked you to do, Deb, not only does Stuart have to work until he is 70, you have to go out and get a job now and bring in money, girlfriend.